You know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Marco. Who do you have?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Boy Party, the podcast about movies where two or more major stars share the screen and battle it out for top billing, the highest paycheck, and the most acclaim. My name is Lucien and Shane, and I am joined, as always, by, the boy to my party. It's Shane Kelly.
Hello.
We don't have a movie to theme the bits around on this. We have several movies, dozens and dozens, in fact. Welcome to our annual roundup of the best and worst boy parties of the year,
or as we like to call it, Slopwatch.
Merry Christmas, everybody! It is the day before Christmas Eve, and we are here on Boy Party to do one of our special end of year episodes that you all enjoy so much. And this is the annual episode where we talk about all the Boy Party movies that came out this year that we didn't do episodes on.
No, and this doesn't disqualify them from being covered in the years to come.
It doesn't, but I would say it puts a pretty heavy negative against doing them again.
Yeah, I think so. Now, there's always a case where, I was going to say, there's someone in one of these that becomes more famous in the next few years, but like we're only classifying them as a boy party if they're famous now, so probably won't.
Hear me out. We started this podcast in January 2024, and we did a couple of new releases in 2024. We've done a couple of new releases in 2025. I would make a solid case that the single year in cinema history that we are least likely to ever cover a movie from on this podcast is 2023. Because it's stuff that came out just before we started the podcast, and I just feel like that's the period in film history that we are going to be least likely to be interested in going back to, right? Because it's like the first Golden Boys that we did would have covered that year. Like think about it, like the year that Barbie and Oppenheimer came out.
But there are also probably a couple of movie stars, kind of up and coming people that we haven't covered yet that maybe
younger generation who might be, but they'll have stuff coming out. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are, like, for example, Anyone But You. They've both done other stuff more recently that we could do, you know?
Yeah.
They're bringing new things out constantly.
They're pretty active.
So. Anyway, you're right. We're not completely ruling out doing episodes and all. This was one film in particular that I quite would like to do an episode on that we might come back to. But for the moment, we're going to just kind of run through them one by one. Some we've seen, some we haven't seen. Some are good, some are terrible.
And also, if we were just doing new films all the time, like there's 31 on our list here, I think, for this year.
If we did one, if we had a rule where we had to do a new release Boy Party, the way that I put the posters up on the Instagram story every time a Boy Party movie's coming out, if we insisted on doing an episode, then 31 of our 52 episodes a year would be new releases.
Or of course we'd have to do a Patreon and do the new
and charge parties. People to hear us talk about these movies.
The new movies.
It's almost like this is a little teaser for charging people money. No, we're not planning on doing that.
But we're just going to beg.
If we were going to charge people
if we were
going to charge people money for Patreon, I think the natural conclusion would be that we would do TV shows. Like The Morning Show was our first TV show, but we could do episodes on classic Boy Party TV shows like Vegas with Dennis Quaid and Michael Chiklis, or Nashville with Connie Britton and Hayden Panettiere, a show that you discovered on Saturday when we were in Supermax. There was an ad on our show.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Anyway,
we're spending an awful lot of time on this for something we're not going to do.
Exactly. Let's start the roundup. So we're doing order of release, chronological order of release. Yep. So we're going from the very start of the year to the very end of the year. We're beginning with a little movie called Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, which I will admit is a phenomenal title.
You're into it?
I love it as a name. Yeah. I think something 2 Pantera is a good format for a name.
I think the Den of Thieves is the strong bit there. I think it's so well known that I don't consider the words in the title.
Sure. I mean, Den of Thieves is also a great title.
That's a pretty fun thing.
This movie is a boy party. It's Jared Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. Now, not for a second am I going to accept that O'Shea Jackson Jr. is a star of equal fame or status to Gerard Butler. However, the billing and the marketing of this movie was extremely clear about its intentions, with the two faces, equal size, Jared Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr. billed above the title, and frankly trying to make it look like Heat. Heat
a little bit
for Gen Z, and
that's a nice way of
putting it. I know a lot of middle-aged men who enjoy these movies. I personally have zero affection for Jerry Butler and his type of Lionsgate trash.
Fun fact about this director has only made 3 films. Sorry, 2 films and 1 in production. Den of Thieves.
Yes.
Den of Thieves 2
Pantera.
And Den of Thieves 3 untitled.
That's what.
There's only films.
He has a niche. Next up, Netflix original movie Back in Action, starring Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx. This was Cameron Diaz's first movie in 10 full years since the Annie remake, which was her last movie in 2014.
You know what? I hope it's 10 more years.
Should have stayed retired. This is a dreadful film. It is directed by Seth Gordon, who I believe gave the world the Horrible Bosses movie. He did the first one. He did Four Christmases. That's fun.
Oh, okay.
Identity Thief.
So we have covered him on the...
He exclusively makes boy parties. He did Baywatch with Efron and The Rock.
He must be a good people manager.
Identity Thief, yeah, he must be. He deals with big
the
personalities.
Mr. Ego controller.
Exactly.
I think a lesson we learned very early in this podcast after the third episode is that do not do
that kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff.
Do not do Seth Gordon movies. There's no need. There's no need to do Back in Action.
No.
This movie I watched all of it. You think you watched a little bit of it?
I watched the first 15
married
minutes.
Married couple are secretly spies. A lot of running and shooting.
It had a little bit of kids on iPads to it.
Yeah. Kind of incoherent casting of Andrew Scott as the villain.
Oh, yeah.
One of our great actors.
He's done a lot this year.
He has also in it two of my absolute nadir, bottom tier, least favorite people who do appear in films.
Oh, Jesus.
Kyle Chandler and Glenn Close.
Buddy.
And then Jamie Demetriou is in it, I think playing Glenn Close's husband. That film is dreadful. One of the worst films I've seen this year. Next up, we have Together, which is a fun subgenre of boy party movie. I guess it's what I would call the Eyes Wide Shut type of boy party movie, which is real life married couple playing a couple, of course. Right? So it's Alison Brie and Dave Franco, who I think it's fair to say are not necessarily movie stars, but they are famous people.
Yeah.
And they're people for whom I have some tolerance. And they're both, charming, attractive people. And I enjoy when they are out selling a movie. I enjoy getting to see them do Jimmy Fallon skits.
Now, there were some legal issues with this. Wasn't there plagiarism issues?
They were accused of plagiarism. I think he directed this.
Yeah.
And they co-wrote it. It's a real family affair.
Yeah.
And I think they were accused of plagiarizing it. And they've so far gotten away with it. The movie got released and stuff. Had like a weirdly big marketing push in Ireland.
It did. It was on the buses.
It was on the buses, which is a rarity for a film like this.
Does the average person know Alison Brie and Dave Franco and their kind of relationship to each other?
Combined, they are greater than the sum of their parts.
Do you think
I think that they have been in a lot of TV shows between them that people have seen. And
I feel like a lot of people know the individuals and don't know they're married.
I think Dave Franco's like the third lead of Now You See Me movies. Like he exists in culture.
Oh,
he
does.
Bad
He does.
Neighbors and This Is the End. And she's in like 5 big shows.
Yeah.
Mad Men, Community, Glow. She was in that thing last year with Annette Bening, Apple Fall from the Tree or whatever. Like she exists in media.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're a hard duo to sell though.
Oh, they are. And this movie did not make much of a dent. But you know what? I heard about it a lot throughout the year. It's some sort of weird body horror thing. I kind of skimmed it. I kind of went in and skimmed through it because I don't watch horror. But I wanted to see what it was about. It seems as if like their bodies get kind of like fused in
but
some
not
way.
in a fun Matt Damon guy on the
not
shoulder.
Not stuck on you. No, in
Greg
kind
Kinnear,
of scary way. Yeah. Anyway, that's Together. Next up, You Were Cordially Invited.
Now, here's a film we've both seen.
This is the most Prime Video movie ever made.
Oh, remarkably so.
When we turn on our Fire Stick at night to watch something, it starts auto-playing trailers for Prime Video exclusive movies.
I was about to say, every 10 minutes in this film, an ad comes on.
Yes.
But you can't skip it because it's part of the film.
Part of the film. But also, every time now that an ad comes on the Fire Stick, I just assume naturally it's going to be You're Cordially Invited. This movie stars Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon. And Reese Witherspoon now is starting to do a little bit too much of this kind of thing. She's done an Ashton Kutcher one. She's done the Will Ferrell one. She's getting fond of the streaming.
I know, but is this not kind of back to her
rom-com
roots, comedy actress?
I guess it is. I just wish she was doing stuff that came out in cinemas. But I guess the last time Reese Witherspoon was like making movies that came out in cinemas, it was like the fucking Hallie Meyershire Home Again.
She's
like
not a draw for me.
It was a Lionsgate movie. Yeah, like she's not going to get a studio film greenlit. But I thought this film was actually fine. I thought it was relatively charming. I think a major boost to it is that our beloved Geraldine Viswanathan plays the daughter
delightful.
in it. Or she's the bride or something.
She is the bride. She's the bride. Sorry,
she's a superstar. And there's another actress in it who I really like who was in...
The friend?
It's the friend. I'm going to try and find her name because she's really, really funny and she was in The Studio. Is it Leanne Morgan? No, Leanne Morgan's an adult comedian lady. What is this actress name? Is it Kayla? Kayla Monteroso Majaya. She is great. She was in The Studio as kind of the assistant of the assistant.
Yeah.
She's kind of the next one down from Chase Sweetwonders on the kind of The Office seniority.
Like,
She
there was
is very funny.
Yeah, there was a strange element to this where it felt insanely like a comedy of the time.
Sure.
I'm not sure comedies of this tone will continue to be made, and it wouldn't have been made 10 years ago.
Do you know who made that film?
No, yeah, probably.
Speaking of the studio, Nicholas Stoller.
Yeah,
Star of the studio, Nicholas Stoller.
But all the comedy is kind of so anti-edge, and like it's been injected with a level of earnestness that I think is prevalent now in comedy films.
I think Will Ferrell
try and
has
add
that
another
now attached to him. I think that everything Will Ferrell does now has to be this kind of like weird schmaltzy earnest thing. It's almost it's trying to appeal to the elf demographic more than the Anchorman demographic. I felt that,
but it's like
Eurovision
they can't accept that they can make a pure comedy anymore.
Yes,
and they have to inject an element
family
of family to it. Yeah,
sincerity. Yeah, no, that film is not great.
It's way too long.
Yeah, but it's okay. Like, I finished it, which is a rarity for me.
And in Nicholas Stoller fashion, it's very functional, and he's a guy you'd probably get to make it work.
He's the best person at making stuff like that. Him and Michael Showalter always do a good job with these types of things. Next up, this is a very important one. Okay. This is probably one of the ones we're more likely to do a full episode on.
I think so. I think we'll kind of and we have a potential guest lined up for this one as well.
This movie is The Gorge. This is a movie starring Scott Derrickson film, starring Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah. And I hate to say it kind of rips.
It does a little bit. Yeah.
Anyone who's seen my best films of the year video that I put together every year will know that I put a bunch of Gorge footage in it.
Yeah.
This is just shit that I would have come up with in my head when I was 12.
There's
a big gorge.
There is unfortunately so much you can do when the entire premise of a film is based around a large thing.
Yeah. It's as you said in our Titanic episode so beautifully.
I like
it when big things go places they're not supposed to. Yeah. There is a big gorge. There are two very attractive leads on either side of the gorge. Mm-hmm. They can only communicate through sort of signs that they hold up.
Yeah.
One of them zip lines across.
Yeah.
They dance. They have sex. They get together. There is then a falling into the gorge factor. And then there are beasties at the bottom of the gorge.
Which is probably the least interesting part of it.
But the movie doesn't spend that much time down in the gorge. They go, you know what? This isn't that interesting.
But then
straight back up.
Yeah, and it also turns into kind of a geopolitical thing. We need to nuke the gorge.
Yeah, there's an east-west divide represented by the gorge between the west of the...
But it turns into kind of a nuclear... laboratory thing then towards the end,
and Sigourney Weaver's in it as the villain.
It's a nice probably 100 minutes.
Like that's I think it's actually 2 hours, but it does fly by.
Yeah,
I think The Gorge is quite good.
Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller are good face actors.
And you know the craziest part is that Scott Derrickson... Now,
it's 2 hours and 8.
Okay. The Gorge was in a vault there for a while. It was almost down in a gorge of its own.
Yeah.
But Scott Derrickson brings The Gorge out in February. Mm-hmm. And would you believe... Black Phone 2, also directed by him, comes out in November.
Okay.
The man works. That's really impressive. So that's The Gorge. I think there's a chance we'll do a full episode on The Gorge. But we'll see. Next up is a movie called In the Lost Lands, and this is the latest film from Paul W.S. Anderson. I know that for many people, he is a beloved figure, a vulgar auteur. People love his Resident Evil movies. He likes to make movies with his wife, Mila Jovovich. They have a bit of a Joel Cohen, Frances McDormand thing going on.
I've got to start compiling the list of directors that sound like they could be other directors. We've got Paul W.S. Anderson. Yes. We've got Ethan Cohen. Sure. We have James Nunn.
Yeah, you'd be like the Oscars in 2007. Ethan Cohen versus Paul W.S. Anderson. These movies are so not for me, profoundly not for me. Zombies and people shooting at things and whatever. Bautista's in this.
There's a bit of Dark Tower to this poster.
There is. It looks a bit like Dark Tower. It also looks a bit like Zack Snyder's
Book of Eli.
What was the Zack Snyder movie that came out? The Rebel Moon?
Rebel Moon.
Anyway, no interest in that. All right, next up we have a fun one. The next one is a boy party that I got to see the two leads do a Q&A for. This is Long Day's Journey into Night with Ed Harris and Jessica Lange, a new adaptation of the classic Eugene O'Neill play. This movie was shot in Wicklow in Ireland, and Ed Harris and Jessica Lange were in attendance I was at the world premiere of this film at the Dublin Film Festival. What a fucking snooze. Oh my God. So boring. Maybe Eugene O'Neill isn't for me. I've never actually seen this play before, but I found this deathly boring. Their two sons in the film were played by Ben Foster and Colin Morgan. That's Colin Morgan of Merlin fame. Ben Foster, an actor I rarely enjoy. I find him his particular brand of intensity to be hard to put up with.
He's not even the first Ben Foster I think of when you say Ben Foster.
Ben Foster's you'll best know as the villain in Inferno.
Ben Foster, as you may know, was the third choice goalie for Man United.
Oh, is he? Very good. Very good. Ben Foster. Is Ben Foster English or American? I think he's American. He is very good in the film with Thomas and Mackenzie, Leave No Trace, but otherwise I don't like him. Anyway, this is very boring. It is, however, going to get a very strong recognition in our Best Pills performance at the Golden Boy Awards.
Okay.
Because Jessica Lange's entire character is, I'm sick, I need my medicine.
Some good pills in it. All right.
Not good, very badly made. Would not recommend. Next up, this one's a bit complicated because we're gonna do an episode soon on the first movie.
Yeah,
this is the movie Another Simple Favor.
We'll probably have to end up watching this, maybe just for the sake.
Will we? This is another two movies in a year for a filmmaker. Paul Feig this year has this and The Handmaiden coming out. The Housemaid. Yeah. This is, of course, a reunion of Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. I don't really want to talk about this because we're going to do a Simple Favor episode soon. We have a guest lined up, so let's hold off on that. But that did come out this year. Next up, we have Hallow Road, which is another movie made in Ireland. This is two of your favorite... Are they British? Are they American? TV kind of stars? Matthew
Do you
Rhys?
want me to guess?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I don't know. Rosamund Pike, I would assume, is British.
Yes.
Yeah. Matthew Rhys is American?
No, he's British as well.
He's British American.
He's a tough one. I find him hard to pin down because he's always playing Americans.
Yeah.
And he's married to Kerry Russell, who's American.
Sure.
So it's a little bit confusing. Also, the show The Americans is all about whether or not he's actually American. So
it's been asked.
This movie is about these two are the parents of Megan McDonnell, who is the person we have met and is in our social circles. A very good young Irish actress.
Okay.
And she plays their daughter, and she gets...
Have I met her?
You have, yeah.
Apologies, Megan.
Yeah, and she goes missing, and she rings her parents, and they have to figure out what's going on. That's the movie. It's a claustrophobic family drama with 3 actors in it. It was made in Ireland. It meant to be pretty good. Rosamund Pike and Matthew Rhys, very much the male and female versions of one another. But I really enjoyed Matthew Rhys this year in the Netflix show The Beast in Me. I think he's got a lot of presence, so I might get around to it. Next up, maybe the best movie on this list. Black Bag. Ooh, Black Bag. Black Bag. It slaps. It rules. It honks. It's the best.
It unfortunately contains 2 stars that we've covered already.
Yeah, it just kind of fell in between 2 stools. I went to see it at the premiere. You didn't go. Then it just kind of came and went.
I probably watched it 5 or 6 months after you saw it.
So good. It is TV the movie. In the best possible way. It is like, this is why we don't need TV, because movies can be as TV as TV.
Yes,
but
between
better.
this and The Amateur, it's like, we don't need 10 episode spy thrillers.
You can just make a movie version of a spy TV show.
What was the Fassbender TV spy film this year?
The Agency.
This
is so much better than The Agency.
We watched one episode of The Agency. Yeah. Was that in Krakow last year?
Yeah. It came out last December. This movie is, I think, very easily Steven Soderbergh's best film since... Contagion.
Yep.
I haven't seen Presence, which came out this year, which I know people liked, but this is really great.
This is very similar to the Mr. and Mrs. Smith episode 5
absolutely
last year.
It is dinner party spy marital conflict. It is so good. It is the most like the most important elements of it are the fashion, the music, and the lighting. And it's just like beautiful people in beautiful surroundings. The movie's lit unbelievably well.
Yep.
There's scenes around the dinner table where all the light is emanating from these like weird kind of spherical bulbs in the middle of the table. And they showed a clip on the Graham Norton show, and I thought it looked insane. And then I went to see it in the cinema. I was like, oh, this is so good once you settle into it.
It's cozy. Like.
Yeah, you got Fassbender and Blanchett as like the main married couple, and you know, it's like kind of a Mr. and Mrs. Smith dynamic, but like on a really low energy scale.
Yeah.
There's no action in this movie. There's one drone blows up a car, and that's
and it's kind of weird seeing it.
Yeah,
it's nice that the action isn't the end point the filmmaker is trying to get to.
Exactly,
because a lot of times it is.
It's all character driven. Great script. David Holmes fucking knocks out of the park with the score. And really, really good supporting performances, in particular from Tom Burke and Marissa Abela, who are 2 actors I love.
Yep.
And yeah, it's so good. And it's like 88 minutes long. And yeah, one of the best films of the year. We'll talk about it on the Golden Boys episode.
House movie. I love films with nice
Black Bag. Next up, we have a totally normal movie that isn't cursed at all. Mark Webb's Snow White. Is this a boy party? I think it is. it's got two big female names on the poster.
Yeah.
So I think it is a boy party.
There is a titular character, but the villain is larger on the poster than...
Now, I watched
and a
it.
bigger star.
Gal Gadot gets the and credit, but she probably has about as much screen time.
She gets an and?
She does, yeah.
Oh, weird.
She probably gets about as much screen time as Rachel Zegler does.
Mm-hmm.
This, of course, is Snow White, starring one of our great pro-Palestinian celebrities, Rachel Zegler, and one of our great IDF veterans, Gal Gadot. Just such a disaster of a everything about this film's like, you know, conception, making, release, reception was just a mess.
I thought there are people that work in these studios specifically to make sure this
risk,
shit
like,
doesn't
yeah.
happen. Where is the risk analyst?
I know. All the risk analysts went on holiday and this movie got greenlit.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare. Everyone was
like,
pissed off.
what is the
about
purpose of executives if this is what's
it's a
happening?
disaster. People boycotted it because it had a Zionist in it. People boycotted it because it had an anti-Zionist in it. People boycotted it because the dwarves weren't dwarf enough. People boycotted it because the dwarves were too dwarvy. People boycotted it because it didn't have the songs.
People boycotted it because Snow White wasn't white.
Yeah. Oh, literally.
Every reason
demographic,
under the
left,
sun.
right, racist, anti-racist,
Jesus Christ.
didn't want to see this movie.
What did it make at the end for like 200 million?
I don't know. Probably actually made some money.
Yeah.
I watched it and it was profoundly not one of the worst films I saw this year. I mean that with all my heart. I saw significantly worse shit this year.
Yeah.
I thought this
It just came and went.
It came and went. It went in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it is a movie with Rachel Zegler as the lead. And I think Rachel Zegler, she is the sun in the sky and the light that shines out of the moon. And I will watch her in a fucking yogurt commercial. And I thought that she was as good as ever in this dreadful film. And I have nothing else to say about it. Andrew Garth Feldman and Titus Burgess being in it in supporting roles is a fun thing as well.
Now moving on to something that is genuinely just bad and doesn't come and go. It kind of comes and just
keep going.
Upsets you.
I've forgotten.
You were
something.
looking
Keep
at
going.
a screen in a way that you were about to jump in
because I've forgotten something. Keep going.
You were sitting there with your mouth open. This is actually a film I haven't seen, so I can't really talk about it. But hurry up tomorrow.
Much worse than Snow White.
Yeah.
This is the biggest proof you ever need to see that a music video concept cannot be stretched out to a feature film. This has the exact amount of narrative that a music video would have.
Yeah.
It is The Weeknd is at a show. He's freaking out. He's having a panic attack.
Yeah.
A fan sneaks backstage and kidnaps him and ties him up, and he has to convince her to free him. That is literally all that happens in this film. You could communicate that in an 8-minute long music video, but no, it is a feature film starring Abel, The Weeknd, Jenna Ortega, one of our most famous young stars, in a dreadful role, and of course our favorite, Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
And Barry Keoghan plays The Weeknd's manager.
Oh, The Weeknd's playing himself in this.
He's playing himself. It's about The Weeknd freaking out. I mean, The Weeknd did this very similar type of thing in The Idol on HBO very recently.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega plays a crazed superfan who like sets shit on fire, and she sneaks backstage and kind of ties him up and then starts singing his songs to him, and she's crazy. It's like, you know, Misery or whatever. And then Barry Keoghan is like banging down the doors like, Weeknd, I need you to come out. We need to go do the show. He's pure Irish accent. It's dreadful. A very, very bad film made by a very...
Yeah, this is 1 stars across the board.
Very bad filmmaker called Trey Edward Schultz, who made a very bad film called Waves that was is the core text of people thinking that A24 is a director. Like, that is the most like... A24 made a great movie called Waves.
It's like AI Moonlight.
Yeah, it is AI Moonlight. I know Luke Shanahan's going to text in saying he likes that movie or whatever.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the trailer.
I just have no interest in this film, in this director.
Sure.
That movie sucks. All right, now I have one that I forgot, so we're going to jam it in here.
Okay.
The Electric State. This was the most expensive movie of the year.
Which one of the Chris's?
This is Pratt. But it could be any of them. It's Pratt and it's Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
And it is set in a world where robots are kind of dominant figures in society, but it's like Mr. Peanut animatronic and stuff. It's not Transformers robots. It's kind of vintage.
It's more like Pixels.
Yeah, it's a bit more like Pixels. It's like vintage commercial animatronics.
Mac Tonight.
Mac Tonight's not, but he could be.
Ugh.
And it's the two of them, and they have to fight the robots. And Woody Harrelson voices Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
And Stanley Tucci plays evil tech billionaire in like the exact same performance he gave in Transformers 4. Oh my God. And weirdly, in a 2-scene cameo that jumped this up from a 1-star to a 2-star for me in an instant, Paddy Harrison.
Oh,
who
Jesus.
stands at a window and goes, Jesus Christ.
Poor
and
Paddy.
I gave it a 2 star as a result. I found The Electric State to be almost watchable. Very bad, but almost watchable. It is a Russo brothers film. It is a $350 million budget, straight to Netflix, no cinema release. Absolutely represents the worst shit that's going on in Hollywood right now with Netflix and the type of shit they want to make. I can't say it's the worst film I saw all year, but it's definitely bottom 10. That's The Electric State.
Yeah.
Next up, slightly better, but not much. Lynn Ramsey's Die My Love.
I know.
A film that neither of us connected with, but there are people in our lives who really like this film, and we must respect that. It is not objectively bad, but it definitely didn't work for me.
It's
Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson star in this movie.
It's an unfortunate one because my kind of analysis of it starts from a point where I'm like, it's bad. It's just not a good way to go about it.
I know, but I just wanted it to end so badly when I was watching it, and that's not a good sign.
It kind of goes nowhere, and you kind of
it's painful. It's torturously upsetting. Like it's full of desperately grim things.
But like, I don't even think it's in a way where the pain is the point.
No,
I think it is trying to be something more than it is, and it's just.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is very vague criticism, and I hate talking like this.
It's interesting. It's a female director.
Yeah.
It's about the inner life of a woman who, is dealing with mental health issues. It is a script adapted and written by Enda Walsh, who also adapted the script for Small Things Like These last year.
Yeah.
I have never seen any of Enda Walsh's plays. Based on both of these films, I'm of the opinion that Enda Walsh is not a very good writer.
Yeah.
And I also think that Enda Walsh maybe shouldn't be writing these films about the suffering of women. I think that the Magdalene Laundrie's movie and the woman going through postpartum depression, I think that those films should probably have been written by female screenwriters. And I think that maybe my issue with both of them is that there is a disconnect between the intent and the actual energy is in the script.
I think maybe a little bit of the issue I have with this as well is I think when you're doing a kind of person having a mental break type of film, I think you kind of need to show it from a sympathetic point from their perspective, so the audience is on side, even if it's not a version of reality that is real. I think I have this issue with Friendship as well, where you're not going along with Tim Robinson as it makes sense to him. You're laughing and kind of you're separated from him, and he's fucking nuts.
Yes,
and it's kind of the same with this, where
you're never put inside the person's head.
Probably. No, you're watching as an external viewer,
and you're like, whoa,
and you're just like, oh, this is just kind of sad.
Yeah, true. Friendship, another one that I forgot to put on the list, so let's do that while we're here. You liked it more than me.
Yeah,
but
sure.
What I'm finding is that as people watch The Chair Company, I think the people around me who said they liked Friendship at the time are starting to realize where I was at with Friendship. And The Chair Company really highlights why Friendship didn't work, because The Chair Company is so much more functional as a Tim Robinson narrative thing. Friendship, of course, is Tim and Paul Rudd. I just didn't find it funny at all. I thought it got nothing new out of Tim Robinson, didn't even do his usual shtick in a particularly funny way. I always thought that sitting in a cinema watching Tim Robinson do his thing would be such a fun communal experience, and it just wasn't. And honestly, Friendship probably #1 most disappointing movie of the year for me. Like,
the trailer was fantastic.
Yeah, I'd say that was just like absolute like expectations not met on any level. Anyway, Die My Love. The funny thing about Die My Love is that it was sold for so much money at Cannes. Mubi obviously thinking, look, we got the star of the Hunger Games and the star of Twilight. We'll sell this thing to kids.
Batman.
Yeah, and Batman. And they couldn't get an angle on this. You could tell 2 weeks out from this movie being released, there was no poster. And I just knew that was a red flag.
Yeah, it's not horror. It's not a Gone Girl type of thing.
No, it's not a mystery. It's a misery movie. It's a misery movie about a depressed person. And Sentimental Value is a bit like that as well. But it's funny.
Sentimental Value is funny.
Yeah, they couldn't pick a poster, and I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks before it came out, they just kind of settled on the image of her with the confetti falling around her at the wedding, with no Pattinson on the poster, which I think is an insane decision. So you had buses with just her face on the side, with no Pattinson face, even though he is co-lead of this film. And it did not make its money back. And I think it's so interesting that they bought it in this kind of flurry of, we'll make money with this, and then they just actually ended up not knowing how to sell it to young audiences at all.
Kind of like, I want to see Pattinson do more Tenet type stuff.
Yeah, but Tenet sucks.
No, it sucks, but I kind of...
You want him to be cool, sexy guy, not...
Yeah, I'm a bit tired of
husband,
him playing dirtbag.
I know, but this is what he's interested in. He's always done this. This is Die My Love is like quintessential Pattinson performance.
Yes.
He was doing this shit with Cronenberg back in 2011, 2012.
I know.
But anyway, we'll move on. Pillion. Boy Party.
Just about.
It's a character actor in a lead role opposite a movie star in a supporting role.
You have to suspend your disbelief and consider Harry Melling
a movie star.
But
the poster is the two of them and the two names, so it looks like a boy party.
Yeah.
It's a movie about a young gay man in a very depressing English town.
Speaking of a film where the misery is the point.
Exactly, who meets a sexy Swedish biker and gets into a very, in my opinion, unhealthy power dynamic relationship with him.
It's not even...
It's not
potentially. It's outright.
It's really dodgy. Where the other guy is like, "Hey, you're gonna cook for me, clean my house, feed my dog, and I'll do you the occasional sexual favor in return." And the movie is kind of a tough hang. I didn't enjoy it. I was hoping it was going to be a bit more light on its feet, and it was very dark and miserable. Despite some moments of levity, I thought Harry Melling was very good. He's a very fun, refreshing type of leading man with an interesting look.
Yeah.
I thought Alexander Skarsgård wasn't really doing anything new. I really loved him on Succession. I thought that was his best performance ever, and I didn't find him doing anything in this. I kind of feel similarly about his father in Sentimental Value, where I'm like, this is kind of the least interesting version of your shtick, where you're just sullen and mean.
Well, ultimately, he is a man who doesn't really seem to have a job and just owns a motorbike and lives in suburban England.
He's just playing. He is
going to be bored.
Prick, there is one very good scene where he goes to dinner with Harry Melling's parents and is just so horrible to them, and you're just like, it's a bit of a turning point in the movie where you're like, none of this is sexy. You're horrible. You suck. Anyway, Pillion.
Yeah, I found it almost attempting to play on your desire to be inclusive here to accept the the relationship. It's
maybe it's an interesting test of straight people's willingness to suspend their prejudice.
Can you get on board with this? But I don't think the film endorses it at all either.
I think there's a debate to be had there. Anyway, it requires more than a 2-minute discussion. But
sure,
interesting movie. Next up, Fountain of Youth. Not an interesting movie at all. This is a Apple original Guy Ritchie historical mystery adventure with Natalie Portman, John Krasinski, and sort of second tier leads Donald Gleason and I'm going to say Isaac Gonzalez. And this movie could very well have Stanley Tucci in it for all I know. No, apparently he's not. Oh, he is. He is. I knew it. I knew he'd be in this one. This is like national treasure for stupid people. It is like Guy Ritchie doing Dan Brown. It is a lot of pyramids and puzzles and secret codes, and I could not get through it.
Anything that has John Krasinski as the lead is just a write-off.
Exactly. John Krasinski is such a vacuum of charisma. Yeah. Honestly, if you upped Donald Gleason to the leading role, it would be a better movie.
I think so.
Natalie Portman is like one of the absolute most watchable leading women in my opinion, and it's kind of remarkable she's in this dog shit movie. This is probably the worst thing she's ever been in, maybe bar the Terrence Malick shit, but oh my god, it's so bad. It's just nothing. It's nothing.
It's just kind of a green screen movie.
It's a green screen movie. I didn't finish it. It's absolutely nothing. All right, next up. We've mentioned it a few times. Sentimental Value. I was determined we were going to do an episode on this. And then we saw it. And I was like, you know what? I don't have much to say about that. Looking forward to seeing it again. I was very sleepy when we went to see it at London Film Festival. I was sleepy and also put into something of a emotional coma by being in the presence of Renat Reinsve in real life and Stellan Skarsgård as well. Two incredibly beautiful people. It's just lacking all the things that make the worst person in the world so fun. It doesn't have any of the kind of the whimsical filmmaking experimentation that movie has.
It tries a little bit.
But it fails, yeah.
It fails.
It doesn't have all the fun songs. It doesn't have the fun like arc of a relationship thing going on. It's not a love story. There's no real romance in it. It's just it has a downer of a family,
but it retains the weaknesses of
I was
going to say worst of all possible worlds. Yes, the worst person in the world,
worst of all possible persons. Yeah, it does.
You can see where the chapter titles have been removed.
You can
because they leave the black screen.
Yeah, you can. I think the best part of it, in kind of 2 months removed from seeing it, I think is Elle Fanning, who I think is like
Really good.
Very good in a very careful balancing act of playing a dumb American surrounded by smart Norwegians, but who is actually very emotionally intelligent and connects with and she kind of unlocks the other characters
a little bit.
I think she's very good.
But there's a good gag there to be had to putting a charismatic American in Norway.
Yes, there is.
Because it stands out a lot.
Yes, and she's so bubbly and smiley and high energy. It's worth a watch. Joachim Trier, obviously a very talented director, but it was for me not what I wanted from the follow-up to a film that I adore as much as The Worst Person, so I was let down. But
I don't know, is there a Norwegian way of expression that you're just kind of not? I don't know. Like a lot of this is very kind of stoicism, and
it's a much more traditionally Scandinavian piece of work.
There's
than
no
Worst Person.
like your terrible father comes home, you expect one shouting match, but it just never happens. It's all very polite and
I think Stellan Skarsgård, if he wins the Oscar for this, I think that'll be great. I like and my kind of somewhat mixed feelings about the film aside, I think he deserves an Oscar. He's an incredible actor. Seems like a really cool guy. Good politics. Like him a lot. I think he'll make a great speech. I think I'll be very fucking hyped on Oscar night if he's up there. All right, next up, The History of Sound. This is a movie so boring by all accounts that I have just not bothered to watch it. It's been up online for months. It's not coming out in Ireland until the end of January. It's Paul Mescal and Josh O'Connor. I think this is less of a boy party than it's being marketed as. My impression is that Josh O'Connor is not in this that much.
Yes, I have an American source who saw this months ago can confirm
that. Yeah, I've heard that from a few people. Chris Cooper as older Paul Mescal is kind of the most interesting part of this for me.
Funny,
I think that's good casting. It's about it's kind of unironic, "Oh brother, where art thou?" I think it's about guys going around singing folk songs to each other in the old American countryside, and there's gay stuff. Sounds fine, but I haven't heard a single person say that they loved it. So.
No, and it hasn't been, I don't want to say fetishized, but it hasn't
been turned into like fun gay gifs on Twitter yet, which would suggest that there's not a lot of that stuff in it.
No.
Also, Paul Mescal, not a leading man I particularly care for. Josh O'Connor was the main guy in it. I would have watched it by now.
Sorry, also from the trailer, absolutely fucking putrid color grading.
Oh, horrible. The grayest.
Least
also, the
film
poster sucks. The poster looks like a magazine cover. The big Paul Mescal with his eyes closed, sexy face, black and white.
They should.
Looks like a magazine cover.
Is that Josh O'Connor?
Yeah. And then the UK poster is the two of them sitting by a lake in a very photoshopped image.
Right.
Looks
they,
rubbish.
they should have done the Alison Brie, Dave Franco lips.
They should have. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Next up, first appearance of our girl, Sydney Sweeney on this list. Unfortunately, we do have to declare her the star of the year. She's in every fucking movie.
Yeah.
This is her and Julianne Moore in an Apple film.
And she's also doing the weird thing of retroactively popping up in every film.
Yeah, where we put on
Under the
Silver Lake, and she showed up in it. This movie co-starred Donald Gleeson and Fiona Shaw. I have absolutely no idea what it's about, and I will never watch it, so you can move briskly along.
Echo Valley. Yeah.
Next up is a Prime Video movie called Deep Cover with Bryce Dallas Howard and Orlando Bloom, and I think, is that Nish Kumar, the English comedian? Let me just double check that.
Oh, from Ted Lasso.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's Nick Mohammed.
It's Nick Mohammed. I'm so sorry.
Paddy Considine's in there.
Fun Nick Mohammed story. I recently had a conversation with the British actor Prasanna Purwanaraja, and he was telling me that he auditioned to play basically Sadiq Khan on a TV show. And he said that he had not gotten the role. And I said, why? And he said, I lost out to Nick Mohammed. So that's fun. Never going to watch that. Don't know what it is.
It's got a Sean Bean, seventh build.
Love that. Don't know what it is. Don't care. Bryce Dallas Howard and Orlando Bloom, not really people who I will watch a movie for.
It has got Big Ben in the background of the poster.
We love that. We love that. Next up, Heads of State. This is another Prime Video.
Sorry, this poster is very similar to the one we just
Yes, it is.
Big yellow font.
Yeah. So this is one. So I'm going to investigate.
Yeah.
I think Idris Elba is the first person in the history of movies to play the British Prime Minister and the American President in the same year. Because, of course, he plays POTUS in House of Dynamite in a fantastic performance that we all agree is great.
Yeah.
And then in Heads of State, he plays British Prime Minister Sam Clarke, and John Cena plays US President Will Derringer, and they're having a summit, and their plane gets blown up, and they have to basically go on like a survival mission together with Priyanka Chopra, and there's a couple other people in this movie like Jack Quaid, Stephen Root, Carla Gugino, Paddy Considine.
Again?
Who again?
Paddy Considine. He's in Deep Cover.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
is he as well? You didn't mention him.
I literally did. I said, Paddy Considine.
Oh, really? He's in both of these.
He's in both of these.
Sorry, Paddy Considine and Sean Bean are so similar that I refuse to believe they're in the same movie.
Yeah, Paddy Considine is fourth build in both of these.
Well, he plays a Russian terrorist in this. I wonder if he does in Deep Cover as well.
He plays a guy called Fly, so probably not. But
I do really like the premise of the US president and the British Prime Minister having to hang out. It's very
it's like The Journey.
Love Actually. Yeah, it is like The Journey. Idris Elba, John Cena.
Do the two of these cancel each other out a little bit? Are
Well,
they good?
they were
Are they
in
good
the Suicide Squad together.
Yeah.
And they actually were very good together in that.
They don't cross over in the Fast universe.
No, they don't.
No.
Idris is only in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
I think they're very good together in the Suicide Squad, but you're right. They do cancel each other out. They do a lot of the same shit. It helps that Idris is playing British in this.
Yeah.
So he's leaning into more of his British
Yeah.
mannerisms. Anyway, whatever. We're
Moving
taking
on.
too long. Moving along. Next up.
Fantastic Four.
Moving
on.
It's kind of a boy party. Moving on. This is a fake movie called The Pickup with Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and your one
Keke Palmer.
Yeah, Keke Palmer. Just not real. What's
Like,
streaming
I
service
think
was
this would be
even
significantly
on?
more appealing if Eddie Murphy wasn't in this.
You're right. Who would that have to be that you would want to watch it?
I just think you need to bump the old funny guy down to fifth build
You think?
and just make it
You
a
would watch
Pete
the
Davidson.
Keke Palmer-
I'd watch a Pete Davidson, Keke Palmer.
I don't know if I would. Pete
Duo
Davidson.
thing.
Pete Davidson is not a positive for a movie anymore.
No.
I agree
But
with
I
you.
like
though.
her.
I like her. I fully agree with you. Eddie Murphy devalues a movie.
Is a
massively.
negative on this, yeah.
Massive negative. All right, next up. Freakier Friday. I mean, it's a solid, pure boy party that got a sequel 20 years later with now Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis. I do not like the first one at all. I think it's terrible. This movie had one of the worst trailers I've ever seen with Hot to Go playing throughout it. It looked dreadful. I hate Jamie Lee Curtis. I will never watch this film. Case closed.
No comments.
Next up, The Roses. This was like just about tolerable, but I don't think either of us enjoyed it very much. It has a very good ending. Very dark, weird ending. This is Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch holding frying pans, about to hit each other and bonk each other on the noggin.
There's nothing specifically in this I can point to that irritates me. I like Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
I find him actually pretty fine.
He's good in it. It's a good version of him that we don't get very often.
It is.
It's just not funny. The script is bad.
Yeah.
It's written by the guy who wrote Poor Things, Tony whatever his
Andy
name.
Samberg and Kate McKinnon are kind of a sub-boy party
Floating
going
around,
on here.
yeah. Alison Janney's in there. Nkuti Gatwa, Jamie Dimitru. Just a bad script. I don't think your man's a good writer.
Like it's another
not
nice
funny.
house movie, which
It
I'm
is a
always
nice
in
house
favor
movie,
of.
Well, from a nice house movie to a nice nursing home movie, The Thursday Murder Club.
Yeah.
This is Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, and Celia Imrie, and it's an adaptation of Richard from The Rest is Entertainment, his big
Yeah,
book.
it is.
And it's about a bunch of old people solving a murder in an old folks' home. Very, well-intentioned villain performance by David Tennant, who plays a bollocks property developer who wants to take over the old folks' home. However, despite Pierce Brosnan playing a retired trade union official, I found this film to be upper class nonsense about a bunch of posh people who don't want their fancy mansion taken away. Richard E. Grant shows up for one scene. Directed by Chris Columbus. Thomas Newman kind of fucking popping off with the score, but it's not used very well. Anyway, whatever. Next up.
Sorry, do you change what you call Richard from the TV show?
Depending on what conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's Richard from Pointless, sometimes he's Richard from The Rest is Entertainment.
Okay.
Anyway,
Fair
next up, Bugonia. Boy party? I think so.
I mean, yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is. Jesse Plemons is, I believe, the lead, but Emma
Yes.
Stone is a lead, and she is first billed, and she is being submitted as lead actress for the Oscars, and will very likely get a nomination. She's probably in, 60% of the scenes, and he's in every scene.
She's maybe a touch late.
Like
Yeah, he's in every
The
scene.
only time he's not on screen is like the final 5 minutes.
Did you watch this? You
I
did?
did, yeah.
No, sorry. There's a whole scene where it's Emma Stone and the brother.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So he kind of wanders off every now and again.
Oh, the brother. I thought Bugonia was fine. I thought it was like mid-tier Yorgos. It was definitely better than Kinds of Kindness.
I
Emma
thought
Stone
it was
is
a
good in it.
pretty functional and tolerable kind of...
wacky, crazy movie.
yes, but also like specific mid-2020s like internet radicalization
Yeah, sure.
kind of...
A bit like The Chair Company.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It has a bit of chair company to it.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was very well shot.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my biggest issue is I just find Jesse Plemons an unpleasant person to watch. If you had replaced him with, I'm going to just throw one out here, see if it sticks. Pete Davidson?
No.
It would be better? No.
Donald Gleason.
Who'd be good?
Who's kind of sweaty?
Good sweaty.
Robert Pattinson.
Harry Melling. Robert Pattinson would be good in this.
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan? Obviously not.
Keown's the brother.
Pattinson probably is the answer there.
As like kind of high profile.
Yeah. Sweaty guy.
Because he loves being sweaty guy.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's very functional, and even the ending, I don't really give a shit about. That they don't.
Yeah.
They do whatever they do with the ending. I'm not going to.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Hamnet. They're pretending this isn't a boy party, but it is. Paul Mescal is absolutely the co-lead of this movie. Of course he is. He's playing William Shakespeare. Shakespeare's not going to be relegated to a minor role. Is
that a reflection of the Mescal status?
That he's in it so much?
No, not that he's in it so much. In that he's in it so much, and they're not.
Well, no,
touting it as
I think it's just because they think he has a much better chance in supporting actor.
It's an awards.
It does everybody a favor. If you pretend he's a supporting actor in it, he gets a nomination and she gets the win. If you make a big concerted effort to push her as the only lead of the film,
sure,
she gets all the big emotional scenes right up until the end, where Paul Mescal kind of takes over as the emotional lead, and that's when the film completely falls apart for me because he can't do that. She is very good in it. It's a movie about sick, dying children. I don't really get why people seem to like it so much, given how miserable it is. Parts of it very effective, parts of it not effective at all. Good Irish solid boy party though of one of our big leading women and our big leading men.
Yeah, David Wilmot and
Emily Watson also in it. A much more effective version of this type of thing than Foe 2 years ago. Needless to say,
which doesn't exist.
Next up, Frankenstein is a boy party. Oscar Isaac is the lead of the first half of the movie, and then it flips perspective halfway through, and Jacob Elordi just completely takes over the movie as the monster. So it's half a Dr. Frankenstein, half a Frankenstein's monster movie.
Have you seen the image where they put Elordi and Oscar Isaac in like a split facing, and they are identical?
Oh, that's weird.
It is. They have the exact same shape face that they perfectly line up with each other.
Speaking of Frankenstein and Benedict Cumberbatch, they did a very fun thing Danny Boyle directed in the National Theatre about 10 years ago, where they did Frankenstein on stage, and every second night, Cumberbatch and Johnny Lee Miller swapped roles.
Oh, okay.
Very good fun.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, very good fun. Frankenstein is not dreadful, but it's not very good. I think Jacob Elordi is the best thing in it, and the movie picks up steam when he takes over, which is interesting from a boy party perspective, but not my favorite Del Toro film.
Take a breath. Home stretch. Let's go.
Right. Saipan is probably number one most likely to do an actual episode on here, but Anna Hardwick, maybe career not long enough to do a deep dive on yet, is my thinking here.
This could be the St. Stephen's Day special or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I have a lot of insider intel on this movie is the thing.
Yeah.
I know the people who made it, which makes it a bit more interesting. I think this is a great movie. You haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it again on Thursday. It's a movie about Roy Keane and Mick McCarthy.
I think I can drag my parents to see this.
I think you could.
I will. I'll
this
do my best.
Is a movie about a real life boy party about two men who clashed egos in real life, and it led to the worst catastrophe in Ireland since the potato famine.
Yep.
It is a really good film about male egos and about Britishness and Irishness and Irish inferiority complexes, and how Irish stubborn personalities kind of clash with British stubborn personalities. And Steve Coogan and Anna Hardwick are both really fantastic.
And it has been immaculately timed to come out in a period where
Ireland are on soccer.
They're on a 4-month hiatus until their next match, which they can qualify potentially for a World Cup.
And Roy Keane is everywhere.
It's just doing everything.
Yeah, they picked a great time to put it out.
Perfect.
It's great watch. A film I feel like I've been waiting my whole life to see. I've been spending so many years going, when are they going to make a movie about Saipan?
And give it 3 years and it'll be in the Christmas RT rotation.
And they
forever.
made it, and it's good, and they cast 2 great actors. And I'm like, what a miracle. What a miracle they made a Saipan movie.
They didn't fuck it up.
And they didn't fuck it up. It just feels like a little beautiful miracle. Next up is Good Fortune, which is way more of a boy party than I expected. This is a film about Aziz Ansari as a 0-hour contract shift worker guy in LA.
Driver?
What?
Is he a driver of sorts? No,
he does all sorts of stuff. He does all sorts of stuff. So he gets hired by
job.
Seth Rogen plays like a venture capitalist millionaire guy who hires Aziz as his funny people assistant in a reverse of that movie.
Sorry, is Seth Rogen a billionaire in Dumb Money?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He is. Okay.
Yeah. And then they swap.
wasn't imagining
There's a magic angel played by Keanu Reeves, a guardian angel, and he's Aziz Ansari's angel because his job is that he exclusively intervenes when people are texting while driving and about to crash.
Yes.
So he basically performs a magic miracle where Aziz and Seth Rogen swap lives. So Aziz becomes the millionaire. Seth Rogen goes back to being minimum wage.
Bit of a Freaky Friday situation.
Bit of a Freaky Friday situation. Not a film I cared for. I found it really quite a slog to get through. But, has its charming moments. Directed by Aziz Ansari, I must say.
Keke Palmer too.
Keke Palmer's in it. I enjoy the Seth Rogen stuff a lot more than I enjoy the Aziz Ansari stuff. I think I've run out of patience with Aziz Ansari, finally and officially.
Run out of patience or just grown out of him?
Both, maybe.
Both.
But I would have watched anything he did 7 years ago. And now...
What was his show?
Master of None.
Master of None,
Master of None's a great show. Now I don't think I want to watch him and stuff anymore.
No, the funny people
Yes.
reunion of the two boys.
The two boys, yeah.
Didn't happen for you.
No. All right, we're almost there. Next up, Eternity. This is a film by an Irish director, David Frayne, which I saw last week. It's starring Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner. It is a movie about a woman who goes to the afterlife and she finds her dead husband waiting there for her, Miles Teller, and he goes, "Hey, I've been waiting for you." And she turns around and her other dead husband, who is a war hero, is standing behind her, and he goes, "I've been waiting here for 70 years for you." And she has to decide whether to get with her husband from the 1960s or her husband who she was with up until 2025. And Miles Teller is kind of portrayed as like a schlub in this movie, which I found a little bit hard to buy. But anyway, it's charming. They're all very charming. The film itself I found not super well made. I thought it had a lot of issues and goes on for an inexplicably long time past its sort of point of interest. It is almost 2 hours long for no reason. Eternity. 3 attractive young stars. I'm a fan of that type of movie. Next up, stealth boy party at the end of the year. Arnett, Dern, is this thing on? I didn't realize this thing was going to be a boy party, and then they started screening it, and people were like, actually, Laura Dern is a lead in this, which is a big boost to my interest. This is Bradley Cooper's new film about a stand-up guy who turns to stand-up comedy when he gets divorced, based on the autobiography of John Bishop. And I haven't seen it. No, none of us have. It's out here in January.
A comedian who has played in Galway. And
I know, it's hilarious.
Like just
very funny.
Local guy.
And the movie stars, of course, mobile phone network mogul Will Arnett.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it because I like the idea of a Laura Dern vehicle, Bradley Cooper directed film. So we'll see how that is. Next up is Regretting You. I'm not really sure how this one fits into the boy party format, but it is. It's kind of a...
This isn't like secret ensemble. Like
it's kind of secret ensemble. It's like a 3-way boy party, I guess, between Dave Franco, McKenna Grace, and Alison Williams.
Not to be confused with the other boy party threesome that we did.
The threesome.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know who the third actress in that. I don't know her name, so that's not a boy party.
Not at all.
This is like a weird Colleen Hoover thing about Alison Williams. Her husband gets killed in a car crash with Dave Franco's wife, and then they realize that the two of them were having an affair. So then Alison Williams and Dave Franco get together, and their storyline is almost entirely separate to the McKenna Grace.
Sorry, did you watch this?
I did, yeah.
You did, yeah.
McKenna Grace has a teen romance with the guy from How to Train Your Dragon that is going on completely separately over in this other direction.
Sure.
And the movie is basically just two unrelated romances, two generations. There's basically a millennial romance and a Gen Z romance happening simultaneously. It's a mess. It's not a good film, despite liking all those actors. And that's that. Regretting You.
Sure.
Next up is Now You See Me, Now You Don't, a boy party. I don't know. Who's to say? It's an ensemble film.
Yeah.
You got Eisenberg, you got Franco again. It's 3 Dave Francos on this list. Jesus Christ. You got Woody Harrelson, Isa Fisher, and then there's kind of like a sub tier in that movie of Dominic Sessa and Justice Smith and for whatever her name is.
Like, this is being, well, initially these were sold as having lots of known people in them.
Yeah. These are probably more of like a Murder on the Orient Express type thing.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of actors you like.
Yeah.
This film has like 9 leads. So I think it actually...
which is the ideal film for me and my family to watch at Christmas, which is what we did last year.
No, Now You See Me, Now You Don't is really good fun. And like many films, it is made much better by having Dominic Sessa in it.
Yeah.
And we are going to conclude this episode with probably the boy party movie that will make the most money this year.
The girliest boy party of
The
all.
girliest boy party. I will be boy for good. Yes, it's Wicked: For Good. Ariana Grande and
sorry, there's a colon.
There is a colon, yeah. Wicked: For Good.
Oh.
Ariana Grande.
Well, that's not on the poster.
Cynthia Erivo. No, it's not on the poster, but it is in the official title on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
This is, of course, John M. Chu's sequel to Wicked. I watched it a few weeks ago. I thought it was dreadful. The first one was quite good, but this one is awful boring. Very much functions as a boy party, though. I'd say the two girlies have equal screen time and largely on their own. And kind of it skips back and forth between them, and it's like, what is Ariana up to? She's up to this. What's Cynthia up to this? And then the movie ends with the two of them coming together, singing a big song. And a scene I found actually quite effective, but it's the only part of the movie that works, is when they're together singing I have been changed for good. And then it ends. They're submitting Cynthia for lead and Ariana for supporting again, which is absolute nonsense. Ariana
Category
is
fraud.
Absolutely the lead of this movie. In fact, you should probably switch those roles around, if anything, because Ariana is more significant emotional.
It's kind of a
arc.
cheat to put a leading role in supporting because you've got such a leg up on the other actual
We
supporting
witnessed it
parts.
last year. Zoe Saldana and Kieran Culkin, both leads. Stellan Skarsgård, a lead.
Yep.
Ariana Grande, a lead.
Paul Mescal probably a lead.
Paul Mescal, a lead. I'd say the only solid supporting performance that has a good chance of winning this year, that is a real supporting performance, is Amy Madigan in Weapons, right? That's a real supporting performance.
Yeah.
Whereas like even Sandler and Jay Kelly's not really that supporting. That's a co-lead. Anyway,
I think we will potentially be launching a new acting category in the Golden Boys this year.
might.
We've been considering it.
we'll consider it, doing a sort of a second lead category versus a real supporting category.
Yeah.
Anyone that's been mentioned on this episode is not making it into that real supporting category. That's it. We're done.
Do you want to do 25 box office game?
Oh, do you have it up in front of you?
Yeah.
Well, then we may as well. All right.
You can probably rattle these off.
This is pre-Avatar.
Yes.
And also Zootopia and Wicked have a lot more money to make.
Do we want to reveal the date that we're recording?
We're recording this on the 8th of December.
Yeah.
So this is Avatar will have come out by the time you're hearing this. All right. So, God, number 1, Lilo and Stitch.
No.
Oh, sorry. Najang 2.
No.
Oh.
That's not on this list, actually. I think this might be...
it's the American list.
American
All right,
domestic.
so there's no Chinese stuff on it. That'll be easier to do. Not Lilo and Stitch. There was a bigger movie than Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
Okay.
By this list, it made $20,000 more.
Is it Minecraft?
Yep.
Okay, Minecraft. Number 2, Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
Number 3, is it a Marvel?
No, the other one.
Superman. Grant. Okay.
It's
Number 4, is it a Marvel?
No.
Oh, it's Jurassic World, Scarlett Johansson? Jurassic World, Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
Yes. The official title of that movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Next up, we talked about it 30 seconds ago.
Wicked for Good.
Already up to number 5.
Yeah, and it'll get up to number 3,
going.
I'd say. Yeah.
Next up, what the critics are calling the biggest bomb of the year.
Oh, what would that be?
Sinners.
Sinners is that successful?
Currently, if this is US box office, it's the
Jesus.
6th biggest film of the year.
That's
in the
incredible
US so far.
That is really, really impressive. Wow. God damn it.
Then we got now we got the Marvel. No, is it a Marvel? Yeah, I guess
What?
so.
Captain America, Harrison Ford?
No.
Fantastic Four?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Marvel.
Still up there.
Yeah.
Next up, another IP, kind of a kids thing.
Kind of a kids thing.
Doing the Lilo and Stitch shtick.
It's that How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Boring. Yeah. Boring.
Next up is a sequel, a kids thing.
Zootopia 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
that'll
up,
keep going.
a Marvel thing.
Thunderbolts.
Nope.
No,
still
Captain America, Harrison Ford.
Captain America,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford. Okay, so we got a video game IP, kids remake, DC classic franchise,
Yeah.
the musical sequel,
Yeah.
original movie with Sinners.
That's the thing.
We got
That's the thing.
one
You-
original
you-
film in there.
You absolutely have to hand it to them.
Yeah,
They're doing the impossible.
outstanding.
It's outstanding.
And then whatever.
All right. That's it. We're done. Thank you so much.
When's this coming out?
This is coming out the 23rd of December.
Oh, it's pre-Christmas.
Thank you so much for tuning in to our
boy party,
whatever this was.
stopwatch.
Yeah, the stopwatch. We hope you enjoyed this hour of fun. We will be back next week with the Golden Boy Awards of the century.
Yep.
We will be doing our favorite films, performances, and more from the first 25 years of the 21st century. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas.
Watch Black Bag with your families.
Watch Black Bag on Christmas. What a good Christmas watch.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
absolutely.
Hope you all have a very good Christmas, and we'll talk to you before the new year. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.